Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast.
Woo! 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 This episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef's exciting new ingredients and delicious recipes support a healthy lifestyle so you can eat well without sacrificing taste. Go to greenchef.com/Cimorelli135 and use the code Cimorelli135 for $135 off across 5 boxes. And your first box ships free.
Woo! We love it.
Wow.
Love to hear it.
Guys, we have a great show planned for you today. You know that thing where it's like, he's a 10, but he hangs his socks out the window to dry. I don't know. I just
Oh my gosh, that would be
literally
good.
thought that out the top of my head.
Iconic.
We're going to do that, but we each made up a few, and then we're going to compare. Well, I think that actually makes them better. Well, I think it makes them worse. Who knows? You're going to learn a lot
I'm really
today.
intrigued to see what everyone thinks.
I know. I'm curious what everyone thought of it in the first place and how you're going to react to mine.
Yeah.
If we thought of the same one.
Oh, that would be so weird.
Yeah, I was
I
like, is
kinda
there
doubt anyone
overlap?
thought of
We're going to rate.
They're pretty random.
Let me guess. Everybody wears flip-flops.
I guess we'll see. Cat's like, dang it.
He wears a straw hat.
Okay. Let's get into it later, ladies. Let's get into it. So that's coming very soon.
I'm excited.
For now, I have to tell you guys that all of our full episodes are available on Patreon, as well as our past full episodes from our last seasons. So if you love the Cimorelli podcast, you're definitely going to want to check out Patreon. There's a lot more where that came from. There's also content Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, it's the podcast Wednesday, but you get what I mean. And there's a great positive community there. And if you're a big Cimorelli fan, you're a big fan of the podcast, I suggest you try it out. It's linked in the description. Patreon, check it out. Try it for a month, see what you think. You may be obsessed with it and be so happy that you joined. So maybe give it a chance. And thank you to all our patrons so much for supporting us. It means so much, and it makes it possible for us to actually do the podcast. So if you love the podcast, you guys got to give a shout out to the patrons. You got to say thank you. Thank you,
appreciate you.
We love it.
Well, I was talking to them, but thank you guys too. Love it. So, guys, last week we did
How well do our men know
Our
us?
husbands,
And I didn't answer.
Yes, that was fun. In case you missed it.
Oh,
and
go watch it.
As you know, today we're doing the rating hypothetical guys thing, but we got to start with highs and lows.
Woo.
Who wants to go? Shoot.
I can go.
You go. Yeah.
Okay, so my low is that my twins were sick over the weekend. And I mean, it was just cold, but baby colds, if you know, they're miserable. It's a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of nose suctioning that babies hate and scream the whole time. But you're like, you literally can't breathe out of your nose. I got to suction your nose for you. So yeah,
That's
it was pretty
gross.
exhausting. And I really hate when they're sick, but they're feeling better now. So I'm happy about
Never
that.
suctioned Barrett's nose. I'm like, should I have done that?
I
It's
used the
so
electric one.
good.
It's like $40.
I just put this balm
So
on his
awesome.
chest. I don't know why I've never done the suction thing.
Well, I Googled it. They can breathe through their mouths, so you don't have to.
But
That's why he's
should
alive.
suction my
For
own
some
nose.
reason, though, it makes it when they're sleeping, you can hear them going.
Yeah.
They
Probably
have this,
makes it way more
snorting noise.
comfortable.
I do it every night before bed because I feel like it makes them more comfortable.
Probably
I
makes
use
your
it.
sore
She has a
throat
big old
worse.
book. I'm like,
But I actually think saline spray is the way to go. Anyway. And
Anyway.
then my high was I was literally cooped up all weekend, so I didn't do anything. But then on Sunday night, Max and I got barbecue takeout. And the boys were kind of starting to feel better. So we got all this great food and we sat at the table and the boys sat in their high chairs and they had their meal and we had our meal and they tasted mac and cheese for the first time. It was really cute.
Oh, did they like it?
They were like they definitely were, their faces perked
They were
up.
interested.
so funny.
So, and then that night, Max went to bed early and I just stayed up and I think I watched Virgin River. Lauren and I both.
Oh!
And I ate,
I
have
watched
these
it too. Okay.
ice cream bars.
We watched it together.
They're
Not anymore. But
oh,
we did.
okay. I just saw Lauren's post on her story recently. I ate these ice cream bars that are I don't normally like coffee ice cream. I actually thought of you, Lisa. You might like these. Do you like toffee?
I love toffee.
Because it's a Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream covered with chocolate and toffee.
Okay, I would eat that.
It was
that
I thought about you because I
I
know you
wanna
like
get
coffee ice
this.
cream. I don't normally like coffee ice cream, but these are some of the best.
In
I
my
wanna get
freezer
that.
right now, I have the like Yasso ice cream balls, coffee ice cream.
Oh,
It's
I literally
literally
some of those, not the coffee ones. I didn't know they had.
What'd
those.
you get? Vanilla?
Yeah, it's so good.
The balls?
I wish they put more in a thing though.
I've been on like
I
a
know,
major.
but it's because it's nice because if you're really trying not to eat sugar, it's a little taste, and you have to take tiny bites because it's cold. So it's like,
They're really good.
Yeah, I've been on an ice cream bar testing. I said tasting. Ice cream bar testing
cream.
kick. Probably tried like 10 different kinds over the last couple months.
Yeah.
And I've just been like trying to find the good ones. That's one of the best. So
Haagen-Dazs. You can't go wrong with
Small high.
Haagen-Dazs.
I love Haagen-Dazs.
Let's see. I'll go next. Let's start with a high. My wonderful mother-in-law. I feel very blessed to have an awesome mother-in-law that is present in my life. We went out to dinner with Lily, little girls' night.
Oh, that's
And we
cute.
also got barbecue, which made me think of that. It was so fun, even though Lily just ate right before we went. So we ordered her a grilled cheese. She did not eat it. I literally ate her whole grilled cheese.
I love it.
But it was so good. So I'm glad that I got it for myself. Had really good food. And then we always like to go on walks after we eat. So we went to this little neighborhood nearby.
Digestion walks.
And we walked, and it was like a beautiful sunset, and there was like a little pond, and it was just like an awesome night.
Oh, I love that.
Really great. It's nice, Lily, having a little later schedule. We can be out to see the sunset, which is nice. My low, it always has to do with the baby, but my poor little Lily was playing, and she's pretty sturdy, so I'll let her like play while I sit on the couch. But she fell and somehow like hit the inside of her mouth on the table.
Owie.
And it was a tiny cut, I found out, but her mouth was bleeding, and I was like, oh no, her first bloody mouth. Oh,
That's
gross.
it was so sad. And it's just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I was like, I bet God created mouths to be able to stop bleeding. Because it's like, oh no, it's all wet. Like, it's going to bleed forever. But then I was like, okay, I took a paper towel and blotted it a little bit, and I saw it was tiny, and it stopped, and like almost immediately. So I'm not giving medical advice. Definitely try to stop bleeding. But I'm just saying it worked out. But it was really sad.
Okay, I could go for mine. Okay, let's see. Low is that the pregnancy and insomnia has like gone to the next level. It's like when Barrett was having his worst sleep. I wake up every hour or every maybe 2 hours, but I don't sleep like more than 2 hours. I'm so mad. We were doing so well.
Wait, at a time or total?
No, at a time.
This is why it's the biggest joke when people say to you when you're pregnant, enjoy your sleep.
Yeah, let me
now."
enjoy this.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like,
even.
I'm having great sleep.
Can't even go on my
Hey,
back for
I would
2
sleep
seconds.
like 12 hours a night, but that, I don't know why. But
I was
I
not like
slept
that.
like a
I was more like
rock.
Christina. I woke
This
up
is
all
not
night.
right. I was sleeping well.
To pee
spectrum.
every hour.
Last month I was fine. But anyway, I'm just, it is not right. That's why I'm absolutely exhausted today. I like wake up every 2 seconds. I'm like, like definitely something's changing in the hormones. So that's so freaking annoying. I mean, I think it's going to be actually better waking up with a newborn than this is because at least I'll be able to sit up. Right now I'm like, I try to sit up. I'm
I
like,
keep
ouch,
forgetting that you're pregnant.
ouch.
I know.
Oh, it just hurts so bad. Okay, anyway. And then my high was, my friend. Okay, so my friend has a daughter who's like almost Lily's exact age. She's like 1 week younger. And she had her like first birthday. And it was Barrett's first like friend birthday party. She's not like actually his friend, but it was like, I think her older brother's more of kind of Barrett's friend. He doesn't even know them that well, but it was his first time going to like a friend birthday party.
Like a bunch of little kids.
And it wasn't that many little kids, but he was like the extrovert of the party, which is interesting. He was like going around and saying hi to everyone, and he was just doing so well socially. You wonder how your kids are going to be socially. Like, hopefully it's not a nightmare. But he did so well, except for one of the kids was having a giant meltdown, and then Barrett was sitting there watching him the whole time, and he was just sitting there in his face while his mom, and then Barrett was like sad. And then he went upstairs with his mom to go calm down, and Barrett looked at me. He's like, "Go look. Let's go look." And I'm like, Barrett, we can't just go watch kids when they're
Like,
sad.
okay, Barrett, social skills good. Privacy, not good.
So he had a blast running around playing with them, and it was just
Inspecting
great.
the
It was super
meltdowns.
fun.
That's
so
funny.
Love
that was a
that.
high.
Aw.
Okay, my high was that I actually exercised on purpose.
I love
when
it.
do you exercise on accident?
Like,
Never?
okay, I went to a concert and I had to walk like 4 miles. That wasn't on purpose, but that was definitely exercise. But like, I actually decided to like go on a walk outside and like run for a little bit, like 1 minute.
For you.
And it felt so good because I really haven't done that in like
I need
6
to do that.
weeks. and I'm getting back into it. So that was nice.
Love
My
it.
low is that I finished watching Breaking Bad. And I'm just sad that I finished it.
Was it really good?
Yeah, it's very violent though. I didn't like
can't
that
do
part. But it was really like good ending, but it's like, was it a good ending though? Like it was like, I don't know. I was just laying there in the dark after and I was just like,
Wait, how starstruck are you now that Michael and Dad know the one guy?
I know, I am
like,
now. But it was just, I don't know, you know, and it just ends, it leaves you in shock and you're just like,
Like,
who am I?
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I
hard.
feel.
That's hard.
Okay, is it you?
Yes.
You last one?
My high was that I spent the majority of the
I was
weekend
thinking that in my head.
at the pool.
In my head.
Oh, love it.
And I do that every weekend, basically.
You do what?
I go to the pool,
And read?
read, sit in,
In
the
the
shade.
Weird, it's so hot.
I put on a bunch of sunscreen, but for some reason I like it. It doesn't feel as hot as if I'm doing something. Like I will bake alive for like 3 hours.
Do you actually go in
like
the
that
water
when I'm not
though?
pregnant.
Like when you
No,
get too
she just
hot?
You will
shade.
not catch me in the water during the day.
You were outside during heat advisory.
Amy
You didn't
runs
even go in
cold.
the water.
Kath, have you
How do you
seen
do that?
what
Oh,
she
yeah.
wears
yeah.
to bed?
Sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Yeah.
Sweating,
right?
pulling
now
the blanket off,
shorts,
and she was wearing
socks,
sweats.
yeah.
Whoa.
Still a sweatshirt?
I think she's
Yeah.
like run.
She's a
shorts.
reptilian.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I
just
don't
shocked.
know why. It does make me nauseous sometimes, the heat.
Oh,
But other
yeah.
than that,
That's not a
it's
good
like
thing.
really fun.
I
love
getting
it.
nauseous.
It is worth it.
So what was
that
your
was
low?
the
I just lay there and relax.
You're
It's really
relaxing
fun. My
whole
low was
time.
that I was stressed in therapy and I picked off my toenails and it hurt.
Your toenails or your
What do you mean?
toenail
Like, you know when you
polish?
rip your toenails?
Oh, like the top, not
Yeah.
the whole.
Yeah.
Never done that.
Yeah,
I ripped
I do
one
that.
way too low on accident.
Wait, I've
that's
never. Has
yeah.
anyone here ever bit their nails? I've never done that. Either.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
even.
bite them, I rip them.
I
Apparently
only-
ripping them is a sign of rage or something.
Oh, I do that.
Wait, Dad does that all the time.
Ripping
No
your
wonder.
nails? I don't know.
Oh, it's more
interesting.
anxiety when I used to do it.
That's
Now
what I
just file
read,
them.
but I don't know.
That's really
I mean,
interesting.
rage.
I just
root
do
is
it when they get
helplessness,
too
and
long.
anxiety is a lot of helplessness too. So
I've
maybe
never
it's
ripped
related.
my nails, but I do think
Makes
I
me
do have some
upset.
rage.
Interesting. Okay. Let's do our 5 perspectives. So this was from an episode a couple episodes ago. Wait, what did I do this for? Oh, for one of my questions. The who knows me best challenge. So then I don't have to answer this, but you guys answer this one. Do you identify as a pessimist, realist, or optimist?
Oh,
I identify as a pessimist for sure.
I would say yes.
I don't
Amy's
run
like, but
optimistic. I don't run realistic.
Okay, when we say anything, Amy's like, but think of what could go wrong every single time.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't
Every
run realistic
single
or
time.
optimistic.
And I'm like,
That is
Amy,
so funny. I
this
don't
could
think I
go
know
right.
anyone that willingly identifies as a
She's
pessimist.
accurate.
But
because
it's
that's
true.
how I am.
It's
Unfortunately,
true.
well, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but it's just
it
how
is
my brain
helpful.
works.
it doesn't mean she's annoying to be around.
Not at all.
Thank you.
no. She's
It just
not at
means
all.
sometimes I have to be like, Amy, all these things can go right.
It's gonna work out.
Let's
You know
try.
what? I feel like you can tell someone's a pessimist. I have a few friends that are like that, where it's like, you're like, oh, are you excited for that thing? They're like, oh, well, we'll see. Yeah. Like they don't really like to get excited. They're just kind of like, it could be bad.
Because
We
I
don't
feel
know.
like people often link pessimism with just being depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a difference
Yeah, it doesn't
between
mean you
being
hate
naturally
everything.
pessimistic,
Yeah.
where you just don't look at the bright side.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like
so
it's like you just know
versus
what
being
can go
depressed,
wrong.
where
or
you
the-
just can't feel the bright side.
Okay, what about you
don't
people?
know what I
I
am.
feel
I think you're optimistic.
I'm an optimist, but can be like realist. But I don't know. I'm like, if we believe, we can achieve. Like,
Okay, yeah, when Chad was in the hospital, I was like the most optimistic ever. Where I was like,
I think you're optimistic.
You seem pretty
came
optimistic.
out
I
of
think
me,
naturally
where I
You're
was
always
you-
like, we're gonna have fun.
Like if we
Yeah.
bring something up, I think you're normally like, yeah, let's do it. I don't think
You're
you're.
not-
but so many times
Think
I'm like,
about-
so I'm like, I think in
Maybe you're a
like
realist.
more serious situations, I'm an optimist, maybe.
Yeah.
But then in day to day life, I have like a powerless
Yeah,
problem. I'm
that's
like,
so
it's not
true.
gonna work. I actually
so
feel like I
true.
go from pessimist to optimist.
But I think
not even
overall-
realist because realistically something is fine. And I'm like, no.
But Lise,
Yes, I
overall,
feel
you're
that.
like, I'm gonna enjoy life. Life's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
You're
on
like,
a bike
blink and you
ride.
miss
Like,
it.
like
go for a
overall,
walk.
you're like, life is good.
Yeah,
glass
but
half
is that an
full.
Yeah, it's an optimist.
Isn't
think
optimist?
so.
Isn't this about believing that things are going to go well? That's what it's about.
And I feel
or
like
bad,
you are
or
that.
just
It's
how
kinda
what's
confusing.
Or how
I
you
think
see
interesting,
things.
yeah.
I feel like I'm
glass
a
half
positive
full.
half and half. I'm a positive pessimist and then just an optimist. But it's
I don't think you're a
That's funny.
pessimist. Talk to a real pessimist.
hear
Yeah,
my
talk
own
to me.
brain sometimes.
Talk to a real pessimist.
Interesting.
Or maybe I just have
Those
negative
people
beliefs
that are
about
like,
certain
I
things.
can't do
You
it
know what? No.
about everything.
Okay, I think I'm an optimist with some negative self-beliefs about certain things.
Yes.
And you spiral sometimes.
That
We
makes
all do.
sense.
All right.
What are
all right,
you?
all right.
I am an optimist almost to a delusional level
Yeah.
sometimes. But I'm an optimist who has OCD. I can think of worst case scenarios at times, but for the most part, I'm like
I can do this
I'm
in
like,
3 minutes.
I'm gonna go to a party and then I
this.
think of this like scene of like, oh, there's like a light and it's like you're
You
like
over-idealize things and then you're always disappointed.
yes, I
think it's gonna be
I
the
don't think it's a good thing. I'm like, I'm gonna go on this trip. We're gonna do all these adventures. And I think of these like
You build
really
it up.
fun. I build it up way too much.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna hang out with my
optimist.
friends. It's gonna be the most fun thing ever, and I'll think of this really fun thing. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty normal. So it's like I'm pretty like disappointed a lot.
Holidays, events, everything.
I'm way
You
too-
always
honestly,
say that.
I don't think it's actually a good thing because I read this thing once that said happiness is when your expectations are exceeded. And sadness is when your expectations are not met. I'm like, my expectations are not met a lot.
True.
But it's okay. I really do believe the best in the world and in people
Yeah.
in general.
Good.
Okay.
What's that like?
We know.
Well,
you
that was a
said-
good one. Let's get into.
I mean, you're probably happier
Wait,
than me,
what was
honestly.
yours?
Oh,
She's-
remember
well,
I
she
said
before she
optimist.
was an optimist.
Oh.
I said that in depth, kind of in that episode.
Yeah. I just
Um,
forgot.
Let's get into rating hypothetical, guys. Let's explain.
Gosh, this is so
Okay.
fun.
So I think we should go down the line.
I feel like it sounds bad because it sounds dehumanizing, but it's not.
No.
It's
Well,
more
okay,
fun.
not
here's the question:
serious, okay?
when you're saying he's a 10 or whatever you're saying, but
We're not
so when you're
saying
saying the number,
looks.
Look, no,
No,
this
that
is
is
what
what
it
you're
means.
saying.
Oh, I thought it was.
You're
saying
saying-
they're 10 of a person.
Guys, it's okay though. This
Because
is
it's
why.
not that
hate
serious.
degrading.
No. Listen, it's literally
well, 10
just
to you. It doesn't mean 10 to
The
everyone.
concept is the concept is just if you find someone a certain level of attractive and
yeah.
then you add this trait, does
Yes.
it make them more or less
It's
attractive?
more about
Yeah.
like your
It's just
preferences.
attractiveness.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
It's not about
Yeah, it's
dehumanizing.
not-
You don't
and
And
need
also,
to
this is not
dehumanize
real
it.
people that we're talking about,
Yes.
Kath.
It's just
more
preferences.
It's
are
a
they?
hypothetical
The only-
thought experiment.
the only thing it does is convey your taste.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all it does.
Love it.
All about
I'm
love it.
so excited.
Okay,
This is
so
my
I love
assume-
watching these.
I think most of you watching know what this is, but I think some people have never seen this before.
Yeah.
So basically, I think
It's on
that's-
TikTok.
Yeah, so basically, someone's gonna say like they're a 10, but they.
I just saw these two girls. They were like outside at night. They were obviously had gone clubbing or something. They're like, he's a 10, but he's a club promoter. And they're like,
Okay.
so funny.
So that's what it is, or it's like he's a 5, but he's this thing that's
Yeah,
good.
it's
So
like-
when
He
people
can
do it
cook.
with their dads, it's so funny because they're talking about a relation, like a guy that they would date, and they're like, but their dad would rate him. So they're
that's
like,
funny.
he's a 10, but he hates whatever the dad likes, and the dad's like, oh, 2.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
You're
funny.
done.
There's a lot of ways you can take this.
We
trend.
each came up with a few, and we're just gonna each do one down the line until we run out of time,
I'm
Okay.
so excited.
This one's obvious.
and we'll
coming
all
from me.
answer and discuss.
He's an 8, but his car's full of trash.
Still an 8.
Wait, why
Still
not?
8.
Wait, why did you not do
Doesn't
10?
change it.
You can do whatever, Kath.
I thought you could only do 10.
Kath, you can change it
I
as you
really
go.
did this trend wrong. Okay.
God, get it. Stay outside your
He's
house.
an 8,
for a
but his
second.
car's full of trash. Ugh, 5.
Still an 8.
I
4.
don't like a messy man.
I
Nope,
can't
nope, nope.
deal
Yeah,
with
I want
that.
to say 5.
Thank you. That's
That's not right.
I feel
Like,
my car
it makes
clean.
me feel better about myself because I'm not that clean. I'm like, okay.
I can't do
Well,
it.
it's like if it bothers you or not.
Honestly,
it bothers me.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
this
do
is
it.
literally my husband,
Oh, wait, I'll
except he's a
go
10, and it's like his only downfall. Where I'm like,
It happens.
Yeah,
You're so on top
that
of
really bothers
everything.
me. I wouldn't
Just
like
take
it.
the
Yeah,
trash out.
So no.
That's not the type that I would like.
And I think it's reflective of like the person because like Max is so like rigid and structured, and that's what I like. And his car is always like it's not clean. He needs to wash it, but it's like he doesn't.
Well,
put
that's
stuff
the
in there.
confusing thing. Chad is the efficient, the doer, the go-getter, and I'm not. I'm like, whoa, I forgot to do this, forgot to do that. But my car is spick and span, and his is like cups.
Yeah, it's so interesting. It's
He
interesting.
just has
I don't know
got
what it
other
means.
things on the mind.
Car is not attractive. He's thinking big.
I think I got a brown phone.
He is. He's thinking big picture.
He's
Go ahead.
a
Sorry.
10, but he puts mayonnaise on everything.
Ah!
Honestly, literally my husband.
Still
That takes him to like an 8, I would say.
I'm gonna say
it affects
a 5 or a 4. I can't do
I
it.
will say a 0 because I can't date.
you couldn't.
I physically can't do it because I will throw up all the time.
I did date
I have
someone
too much of a sensitive
who
stomach.
loved-
Does Nick eat mayonnaise?
We don't have any in our house. I think he
But will
probably
he
would
eat it?
eat it, but he
he's not,
doesn't
like,
seek it out
obsessed.
ever.
That's how I am.
I did date
I
someone
will
who liked
throw
it a
up.
lot, and
Just thinking about it.
I got a stomachache a lot around him.
That's what I'm saying. I can't watch people eat, especially stuff
I
like
can
that.
still remember.
Okay, got you.
For Amy's sake, I won't go into detail.
Thank you.
But my husband,
Nope, I can't hear it. I'm already out.
I didn't even say
I'm
anything.
already.
My husband frequently eats foods I don't like. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Okay.
Freak out. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay.
God, no. I will throw up
Okay,
if I even see
do
someone
that.
putting
Okay.
bad milk down
My
their
husband
throat.
frequently eats foods I don't like, which is white and creamy things. Don't like them.
Oof.
And I don't know, it kind of grossed me out
Yeah,
for a
just
second.
answer
But
the question.
I would
Yeah,
say it's
just
like, they go down to like a 9.5. It doesn't really change
Okay.
it that
All
much,
right.
honestly.
Okay.
Okay, oh, it's my turn. Lisa ruined my first one, so I'm like, what are you doing?
How did I
You
ruin
guessed
You
it.
guessed it.
She's
no, you can still say it.
Fine.
She's like, no one will get
no, not that one. I think the other one's more. Okay. He's a 10, but he wears flip flops.
10.
Are we talking
10,
all
10,
10?
10.
All
Don't
you
care.
You don't
10.
care.
He just wears them.
My
do not
boyfriend wears
care.
flip flops.
It doesn't
don't
take
care.
a thing away from him.
You know what it says about him? He's laid back.
Yeah,
I love it. Unless his
what about
feet
his
are
sneaker
scary.
Probably he doesn't wear them very
Then we're
often.
gonna need to
but
get a pedicure.
I don't want a man.
once a year.
No, like no,
No, like
guys.
it's really
This is his
gross.
footwear of choice. He wears these like all the time.
All the time?
It's like
Don't
his
care.
go-to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
fair.
fine
10.
with me.
Don't care.
Yeah,
care.
probably not someone I would date based on my past. Like I'm thinking.
are
no, I'm
give it a
thinking.
number.
No one I ever
Give it a
liked.
number,
I can't think of any guy I ever liked who wore flips all the time. So I'm thinking that probably means that personality type is not someone I ever liked. So
what do you
probably like a
think?
6.
You see a
A
guy,
6.
you're like, ooh, and then
he
he's
looks
got
maybe
flip-flops.
too laid back for me.
Ah.
So he's a 6
he's a 6.
now.
Nick is
Okay.
like laid back, secretly uptight.
Weird.
He
Okay.
doesn't. Oh, he wears
Okay.
flip flops sometimes. Though. I've
I
seen
didn't
him,
say
right?
my rating. Wait, do you guys just say yours?
Did you say
Nick
yours?
sleeps
didn't
in
say.
jeans.
Ah.
He's not wearing flip flops.
Let's hear it, Cass.
Wait, that sounds like he would wear
listen,
flip flops. He's
anyone who's
so laid
watching
back he could
who
sleep
thinks
in
I'm
his
this
jeans.
very judgmental person. Well, I don't know, maybe I am, but I don't think I am.
Kat, it's not that
just answer the
serious.
No, but I'm just
question,
saying. The
please.
reason I say that is because I feel like it conjures a very specific, laid back,
That's what I'm saying.
beach bum type of guy, which I hate.
Okay, so you don't like it.
I always like very rigid, structured. That was
So
the type
what's
of
the
guys I always
number?
hated. So I would say it goes down to like a 3 or a
Lauren's like,
4.
"Get the
because
three."
I immediately saw a guy in flip flops, and I was like, even if he's literally the hunkiest hunk of life, you know,
Hunkiest
whatever.
hunk
I'm
of
trying to think
life.
of
not
the
your type.
Hemsworth brothers. Whatever.
I was just saying, the amount
I would
of
go.
Chris
I would say
He's not your
he's
type.
not gonna like me, and I'm not gonna like him. I just
Okay.
know it right out the gate.
Wow.
Okay, guys, he's a 3, but he's emotionally unavailable.
Oh.
Zero.
My past life. Yeah.
Wait, explain this because you're in a relationship with a great man. So explain this.
Because it's just that's my weakness.
In my
is
past-
emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, in my past life,
I
it's
literally
true.
a guy who's like, oh, I don't really notice him, and then I'm like, oh, he's so emotionally unavailable. I'm like, he's a 12.
See, there has to be they're
Sorry.
like generally unavailable, like they wouldn't commit to me, but there has to be this thing of, hey, want to talk? I'm like, yes.
But
I can't.
No,
they
they're
can
still
do that.
emotionally
They can
unavailable.
do that.
then?
They're emotionally
When it
unavailable.
comes to
They can
actual
be
No, what do
charming
you
serious
mean? Like they won't be in a relationship with you, or they won't even look at you? Like
No, I didn't say they're
Icebox?
ignoring
It's like they
you.
don't know
They're
No.
just not
emotionally
available.
unavailable
emotionally.
people can be very flirtatious.
That can be in very
Definitely.
different ways.
Give you
You
attention.
liked you liked a lot of emotionally unavailable guys, I would
Okay.
say.
But then as soon
Okay.
as it comes to real things, they like
thought
they
you
shut
said that
down,
thing where
pack
they're
up,
like-
move out of town.
No.
okay,
not
that's
they hate
different.
you, just emotionally unavailable.
All right.
If I'm being honest, I would say that brought them to an 11 in my past. Even though they're a 0, and I hate them.
Yeah, same,
I hate
and
them
I
so
don't
much.
know. I don't
So
know.
much
It's never been a
grief.
conscious factor for me, so I don't know.
So much slapping myself in the face. Like, why did I
That's
do
a good
it?
one.
Okay.
No. I hate it.
Here's my first one. He's a 10, very gorge, but he wears calf-length denim shorts like 2005. Just real
He's a
long.
zero.
Still
He has a
long.
zero.
I love it.
That's too far.
Like
Love
with
it.
the giant, like
Wait, he's a 10, but he wears them? I would say that brings him down. I don't really care about fashion that much.
Guys,
except for
that is
flip-flops.
so extreme.
I'm trying to think of who's wearing
I
that.
would say it brings him down to like an 8. What if he's like an amazing personality?
Those are coming back now.
Who cares? Wear what you want.
because
I
they went
don't
all
care.
the way to the 5-inch inseam, and now they're like, woo. I would say probably.
I'm trying to think of who's
five.
wearing
The
that.
only thing I have much of opinion on
It's
is
not about the
shoes.
person. It's just about the look.
Because I think shoes tell my personality. The rest,
so
I don't
weird
care.
Is wearing
Yeah, I
that.
don't
I'm
think
sorry.
that's someone who likes
Doesn't bother me.
or who I like.
I think shoes tell my personality.
The rest of your clothing does it.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't bother me.
Ken's like, this guy
It
wears
doesn't have to be in
Armani
style.
A lot of yelling.
suits every day, all day. I don't think it says anything about
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying he doesn't write them off for me. I'm just like, they're just
Okay.
expressing themselves.
Lisa's next one.
Freedom.
All right. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
Because to me, that
Okay.
doesn't
know.
conjure a
That's
specific personality trait.
It just conjures
It just
a
kinda
lot.
like,
extreme.
I feel like I know what you're all going to say this, but he's a teen.
A teen?
But he wants to move to the heart of New York City with you.
Oh.
And to
I
me,
can't.
absolute deal breaker.
Oh.
Zero.
I would have to break up.
Like he has to do
Yeah.
that.
Like, this is a
He's
thing.
actually
Like, he's
doing
He's
that.
going there.
And he wants you to come with. Oh, no.
And he
I'm
wants to
sorry.
live in the city.
Oh,
like,
he
wants you to
forever.
start a life
You're not
there.
saying the person, the love of your life, is doing that. I'm like, well, okay, I might do that. No, he's a 10, but he
Yeah.
was okay. 0. I can't.
Yeah, I
do it.
can't do it. I'm
That's the
sorry.
path he's taking. Are you
Yeah.
going with
I
him?
not
can't
going.
live in it. No.
Well, it's like a 4, not a 0, but
It's literally
It would
0.
be a
I
big
cannot
deal
do
breaker.
To me, you're
I'm not
dead.
doing that.
You're gone.
I can't
you don't
do it.
exist.
I would hate that.
Off the menu.
I would absolutely hate that with every fiber of my being. So I would say that would bring them down to like a 4.
Of course.
If they're really set on New York, I'm like, 4.
Me
But if
and
they were like an
Christina?
amazing guy, the most amazing guy ever, not just their looks,
Oh,
their
Cap. It's just a
personality.
10.
Yeah, you're too deep.
Okay,
I'm
he's
being too deep.
I said
Said 0.
It's just
Okay.
a deal breaker. I can't do
okay.
it.
He's an 8, but he takes over an hour to get ready every time he goes out in public.
What is he doing?
I know.
What is he doing?
I'd say he's still in it because Dylan literally takes an hour already. I don't know what he's
does he
doing. He
do?
doesn't even do anything, but he
his
just
me
like
time.
Okay,
gets
that doesn't
lost
really
in
count,
time.
then. I need someone who's putting a lot into their appearance.
Okay. My husband doesn't take an hour, but he takes like 40, 45. No, I'm serious.
Good
he will
for him.
stand there.
Good for
every
him.
hair. He is like putting the pomade on, tweaking every. He is so detailed about his appearance. He has like a skincare regimen.
for him.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Taking care of
As long as
himself.
it's not making a slate,
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
fine.
change it for me.
Me, it's
So
like
I
a
would say they're
3.
the same.
That's a no for me.
It only
That's a
bothers
giant
me
no.
if he's so like self-absorbed about it or something. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it takes like 20 minutes to get ready. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can either be like meticulous or you can be like very like
Vain.
insecure and vain. Yeah,
if this is
So
a
it depends on
warm-hearted,
why.
loving person who takes an hour to get ready, I don't care.
Maybe like
Honestly,
the-
I
too
think
hard
it's
to
like,
tell.
Maybe,
Maybe
for Max and Dylan, I
4.
feel like it's like their
I don't
me
know.
time. They're
Yeah.
just like they're just chilling.
He just gets
I'm
lost in time.
very into
I don't
my
know.
aesthetic, so I don't mind if men are too.
All I'm
actually.
saying is
It
I
weirds me
take
out
about
too much.
20, 15, 10 minutes to get
Oh,
ready.
you
So if
couldn't
he's
do that.
taking
So
longer
I
than
would
you.
just be sitting there like,
Oh yeah, Max takes long for
Okay.
me
What
like
are
all
you
the time.
doing?
I would just start going
Almost
on
every time.
TikTok.
Okay.
So wait,
So I'm
what's the
giving them
number?
probably like a 5 because I just
Wait,
be
what
sitting
were
there on
they?
TikTok.
10?
8.
Oh, an 8. Okay.
Maybe like a
I'm
5.
still
It wouldn't
still
bother
okay.
me too much, but I would be like,
I can't do it.
I'd just be a little annoyed.
You?
Oh, I was like, who's going? Okay.
Catherine.
Okay. He's a 10, but he hates Christmas.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to the Cimorelli podcast. To hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cimorelli, where we post every episode in full. You can also watch all of our past seasons and Patreon-only episodes when you become a patron.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.